We all love Android, I think. So here are my top Android apps and games from August to September 2015. So for those of you who are wondering, my current Android smartphone is the Vivo X Shot, and I've had this for almost a year now. My next upgrade is almost definitely going to be the HTC One M10 or whatever they end up calling that. Anyways, the first Android app that I want to talk about is Angry Birds 2. This has been a huge hit and is literally only released a week ago. As you can see, each one of these little dots is a level. This game is gigantic, and it follows more of an adventure-like structure than perhaps the previous one. And what is great to see is that unlike a lot of mobile phone game sequels, this one does actually feel like a 2.0 version of the game. There's a lot of new stuff here. To begin with, you can actually choose your bird. There's multi-stage levels. Each level you can sort of have 3 or 4 mini kind of levels inside of it. There's actually spells you can summon. You can summon blizzards from the sky and fireballs and all sorts of other things. There's also the inclusion of kind of semi-boss battles. And one very, very exciting new thing is person versus person multiplayer. The animations have been totally overhauled from the first game, and it's much more satisfying to actually use the birds. They feel more powerful. The reward structure also gives you a lot more incentive to play. App number 2, Ninja Jam. And this basically puts you in the seat of a DJ. You get these sort of download packs. Some of them are free, some of them are paid. The actual application itself is free though, and it basically just gives you a whole set of loops. It's very reminiscent of a music board with pre-programmed tiles, and there is a ton of stuff you can do here, as well as record your music when you're done. Have a listen. Now, I very rarely recommend people a launcher, apart from perhaps Nova Launcher, the one I've been using since basically its launch. But this one is probably one to keep an eye on. This is called Zen Launcher, and I think it's basically what Google is trying to achieve. It's extremely clean. You have one screen just for your widgets. You scroll to the other side and then you have your most used app, as well as your latest installed. And what's really clever here is you can actually make all the adjustments you want to without even needing to pull down your status bar. It's all actually on the home screen. I think this is really quite clever. Now, this launcher doesn't really have too many options to fiddle around with, but the whole point is that it's clean and it just works. Swiping to the right one more time brings up all your applications in alphabetical order. Now, I'm not exactly saying you should run out and just lose your current launcher in favor of this, but it's definitely one to keep an eye on because I think it's very promising. Next up is a game called Down the Mountain. Now, this one is as good as it is frustrating. I hate it, but I love it. It's very reminiscent of Crossy Road in both the style that you use it and in terms of the art. But what can I say, it's got a very good reward structure. You play it once, you want to play it again. There's rewards, there's high score tables, there's online leaderboards, as well as competitive play. It's free, but at the same time ads are kept to a minimum. However, it's deceivingly challenging for a lot of devices, and if your device doesn't have a strong CPU, it may struggle to run it smoothly, and you really need that here. Now, the last app on my list is again kind of experimental. It's in its early stages, but it's very interesting. This is called Numerous, and it's all about numbers. It could be the number of days till a certain event, the current conversion rate of a certain currency, or literally anything you can think of. There's obviously all those general sort of tiles that you can create, as well as personalized ones, for example your Twitter followers, or the number of likes your Facebook page received in the last day. All of those things, as well as new functionality which is constantly being added, can be accessed on one screen, and it's quite interesting and maybe useful if you're into that. So guys, that's it from me for now. Those are my recommendations of the top Android apps and games for this month. I've put the names as well as a link to them in the description below, so if you're interested you can check them out. Thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed this video.